This meeting is being recorded.
Good afternoon. Sorry, we're a couple minutes late today.
Yes, we're
We
on a mosey today.
we cleared the cache on our computer, so all of the logins for everything were gone. So, it just takes a little bit longer. You know how it is. Welcome to Ice Cream Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first Sunday of the summer season here in San Francisco, and it's a gorgeous day. It's really sunny. It's like the days that are few and far between here, but that are so magical. And our garden is going bananas.
Oh, it's quite amazing.
Just the sea of flowers, Anyway, for those of you who are new, this is Ice Cream Sundays. We do this every Sunday at 3 p.m. San Francisco time. We do have a later one in the day that we offer as a private offering in another Facebook group. But for those of you who are here, again, this is every Sunday, 3 p.m., Ice Cream Sundays. And what we do here on Ice Cream Sundays, my name is Rose. I'm with Love by Design, which is my business where I work on the passion of really supporting LGBTQ women in having the love that they have been imagining is out there for them, without getting stuck in that place of, oh my God, like I'm dating my ex again, or, I know that something different is out there, but I can't stop having the same patterns. I don't trust my instincts, whatever it is, right? I'm lacking the confidence to really know and ask for what I want. I work with people so that they can go have ride or die love. I'm all about that. Love changes people. And I should know because I've been there. This is my incredible wife, Marita Esteva.
Hello. One who catches lightning with the path of Ish, spelled I-X, after a Mayan symbol.
The path of Ish is the amazing offering that my wife has been putting out into the world for about a year and a half now. And really the path of Ish is about working with the shadow and working with self-love, and really, it's this idea of how do you really take control of your life, right? How we all have this struggle of control and loss of control as people, right? And how you take control of your life is you figure out what your fears are and how your fears are controlling you, and you work with them and you learn and you grow and you understand how to work with and heal your fears, your triggers, your traumas, your shadows, your lack of self-love, so that you are coming from this place of radical self-love, and your fears are not controlling you. Your shadow is not controlling you, right?
Yeah, and the path of Ish is also, as she said, the path of radical self-love through the shadow self. And it's really about also teaching embodiment. Healing comes not just from here, right? So a lot of the techniques that I do are to ground people back to Mother Earth, because healing is through Mother Earth, connecting everyone back to the earth for healing, because I feel that there's a lot of people that love to just blast off the planet. They like to meditate, they like to go off, and they like to swim around in the esters and stuff like that. A lot of people jumping off, we're not wanting to be here. We're living in trying times, and a lot of people don't want to be here. And this is really teaching you, you're here for a reason. So embody your humanity completely, because there's a gift in that. There's a gift in faults. There's a gift to learn from that, to learn from mistakes. So the path of Ish isn't about perfection; it's about balancing and self-love. So a lot more there. I've been meditating a lot, and just kind of really diving deep into kind of fine-tuning what it means for people, what the path of Ish is, and I'd love to work with you. But yeah, a lot of my practices, and I've been trained since I was really young, even before that, are Native American and as well as other spiritual practices. So it's a fun time. I have a new drum from Anthony Rodriguez, which I'm really excited about. So I've been singing a lot, and we went up to the mountain yesterday.
We did on our way home yesterday from an amazing
to do some prayers.
From a retirement party for an amazing human being who was my theater teacher in high school, and just we stopped on the way home and spread a little tobacco and said a little prayer of thanks and looked out across the amazing world in front of us and just, felt the wind.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you have those places where you live where you can, you're kind of high up in the way the hills are structured or whatever it is, you can really feel the wind like lifting you, almost like the closest you can be to being a bird without leaving the ground. You know what I mean? That's what I felt like yesterday when we were coming back.
Okay.
So, for those of you who are new here, again, this is Ice Cream Sundays. My name is Rose. This is Marita. We offer on Ice Cream Sundays free, that's right, it's free, single card readings. And our specialty is actually ice cream chakra clearings. So what's an ice cream chakra clearing? Do you want to give them a little rundown? It's your favorite.
It is my favorite.
Why is it your favorite, by the way?
Of what?
Well, because you're always like, I want to do ice cream chakra clearing. I'd rather do that than reading. I want to know why. What is it about it?
I think the reason that I want to do it is because, number one, no one else is doing it. I mean, it's really here. It was a tool given to me by spirit, and it also embodies things, right? The embodiment of being able to pay attention to your chakras and attach them to memory, and then being able to do the clearing from there is really, really powerful. I think when we're asking a question, sometimes, number one, I think people can be better with their questions. I think the more focused you are, and we're going to challenge you today to be really focused. If you want a card, you need to be focused. You can't just say general, and the reason being is that that's where your energy is. If you want something, you're going to have to ask for it. You have to get really precise about where you're asking. So we're going to start pushing you guys a little bit more every as we continue these. And I think a chakra clearing, it just really allows people to receive, to help it in a way that I don't think people are used to receiving help, and I think the huge connection of that spirit body connection, right, is huge. So that's why I love doing it.
The thing that occurred to me just now when you were talking about it too, for those of you watching, is when you think about how connected we are as people to the familiar, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so many people, when they hop on these lives, right, people are familiar with the idea of getting a single card reading. And I love working with cards, so I'm in no way saying that people shouldn't, get card readings or work with cards. But I do want to just give a little, shout out vote for everybody out there watching. If today is the day when you're like, maybe I should try something that I haven't tried before, then you should. Awesome, you should, because it expands us, it changes us. It keeps us alive. It inspires awe, something that we talk about quite a bit, and we are actually developing a lot of work around right now, and that is actually an incredible tool for healing, something that pushes us a little bit beyond our edge, but also inspires us, right? That is the sweet spot. That is a healing sweet spot. That is a enlivening, energizing sweet spot. So, again, for those of you watching, if you would like a single card reading or an ice cream chakra clearing, all you have to do is ask for what you want in the comments. If you want a card reading, please let us know what you are asking about. I would request that you be a little bit more specific than general, you guys pick, or future. Something a little bit more specific than that. And if you can get a little more than a little specific, ask for what you want. What's the question you really want answered? There's a difference between having a question you want answered and wanting somebody to tell you about your future, like what your life is and what your life is about, right? Anyway, so just, give it a try. And then after you ask for either an ice cream chakra clearing or a single card reading with a topic.
Tonya says that we're glowing and our hair game is on point today.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. Look at this. Put it down.
And then in the comments afterwards, give us permission. We ask for this extra step of permission, even though you're asking us for something, just to make sure that you're really entering into this intentionally, and that we are entering into this really knowing that you want us to work on you.
So yeah, so please write, so this is what you need. You need your name, of course, your comment, clearing or reading, and I'm already getting this, and permission. Nicole Gale, you're going to be first. You had all of that in that, so these are people who already know. So awesome. I still need some permission from Tanya for her clearing, Kay for her clearing, Teresa for her clearing, and Jamie Ann for her clearing. So just write permission in the comments. Again, you're like, why do I have to do this? I just asked for it. We are really, really careful about choice. People have choice. And sometimes you can ask for something and be like, actually, I don't want it. You know, so just check in with yourself. Make sure that you want to give us that permission. Hi, Tracy. Good to see you. Claire Louise. Yes, card. And we just need permission for that. And then we're off to the races. So also the races. We do not charge for any of this work. This is the free stuff that we do every week. We do ask you to share. Please share. That's the only thing that we ask, whether you get a card or a clearing or not. Can you please share on your pages, on your groups, things like that? We are trying to get out there. You know, what you can give us is the gift of connectedness, right? Because as we grow, that spiritual container grows and more people are led to healing. So I find that that's an amazing thing. So please help us reach more healing by sharing this. And please share. And you might be like, but I'm on here every week. Please share every week. That's all we ask for, really.
Every once in a while, I think we make other asks. One of the things that I would really love to ask for today is if you guys feel moved by what we're talking about, then please, when this is done, take a moment, or even right now, go take a moment to like our pages. Like my page. I have a goal. It's Pride Month here. I have a goal of reaching 500 likes on my business page, which is actually a tiny amount.
I'm competitive, so do mine too. So because she's gonna beat me.
It's a tiny amount because we have touched thousands and thousands of people's lives at this point with this offering, in addition to the personal friends and connections that we have. So please take a minute, like my page. Really, like every single one that gets me a little bit closer, I'm like, yay!
Thank you, Teresa. Thank you for everyone who shared in your personal pages and your groups. So we're gonna we're gonna do a quick roll call. Y nos vamos. Vámonos. Con ganas.
And we're gonna get going. Cool.
Okay, so last thing, must be present to win. So Nicole Gale, just making sure you're still here. Then we're gonna do Tonya. Then we're gonna do Kay. And then we're going to do Teresa and then Jamie. And all four of those are clearings. We sold them on the clearings today.
Oh, sweet. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So clearings, also sometimes we can move a little bit.
I think it just depends.
It just really actually depends. So I just want to see. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you for liking all of our pages.
Yay, thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you for doing that. Thank you.
You guys sharing, it really does. It makes a big difference.
Thank you so much.
At the end of the show, when she sees how many people have interacted with us and who have watched us, she's just like, it's so exciting.
It restores my hope in humanity.
It really does. Yeah,
Okay.
She gets really excited.
Nicole Gale, hey Tammy Joseph, I owe you something. I owe you a clearing, so I gotta work that in this week.
What's that for?
This is for Sacred Soul Sisters for Nicole Gale.
I thought we were doing a clearing.
No, the first one is.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
I'm sorry. The first one's a card and the rest are clearings.
Okay, and what's the question about?
Should she give him another chance?
Oh.
Hey, should I stay or should I go now? Well, Nicole, my love, my dear, this is your card. We're still using the Rumi. We're probably going to switch it up soon. I just got some amazing David Bowie cards. Oh my God. They're like gilded. There's only, how many were made? Like
3,000.
3,000 decks total. And I got deck number like 300 or
by David Bowie's like
set designer.
Artist and set designer. He made this set of cards.
This stuff is crazy.
Amazing.
I'm really excited. So we're going to dig into that soon. Here you go, Nicole. Your question is, shouldn't you keep him around? You still love him. You've forgiven him. But are you actually making connections with your sacred soul sister? And I'm not just saying like your sisters, but your soul. Are you making connections? Are you being in that place of not just, I can forgive and I'm bigger and I can see beyond that. I used to be in relationships where I thought love was enough, in the sense that I thought my love was enough or that other person's love was enough. And sometimes it's not. Sometimes people can't meet you where you need to be and what they need to give you. And that's okay. That's okay. That means no one's at fault. It's just, that's where they are in their path and you are on a different path. And paths meander and weave and come and go and up and down and all around, you know. This is the funny thing that's coming through is almost, Nicole, is like, are you actually using Waze? Are you actually using those apps to get to your path in a better way? And sometimes those are the back roads, you know. Are you going through the back roads of your soul and your emotions and of your body and of your existence? Or are you just on that highway, right? If we're going on a highway and we're either stuck in traffic or we're driving really fast, we're missing everything in between. And sometimes that means we're forcing things and we're not really living in the now. So the question is, should you keep them around? My question is, are you even keeping yourself around? Are you being present for yourself? Thank you, Claire.
Is that all you want?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm done. Drop the mic.
Okay. So I want to somewhat echo what she just said in terms of the meaning of this card for you. There's moments when we're focused on one question, when we actually have the opportunity to focus on a very different question, right? A very different quest. And I think my sense for you is that actually this question that you asked us is a question that needs to be dropped for a little while you focus your attention somewhere else. And then you can come back to it through refocusing on yourself, on your place in the world, on your sense of, you know, do you feel connected? Do you feel like you have not a partner in this man, but a partner in the world? Or do you feel alone when you're by yourself? Do you actually feel isolated and disconnected from the world? You know, this idea of having a sacred soul sister is this idea that we have within ourselves, always a partner walking through life. We always have this other part of ourselves, you know, and whether, you know, some people might think of like our inner child. Some people might think of, you know, something that's more like our higher self. There's lots of different ways that we can have this sense that we're not sort of this tiny little being that's alone, no matter how vast the universe is, right? So I really think the message of this card for you is to tell you, you don't need to focus on that right now. You need to focus on how do you create a sense of connectedness within your own life? Are you coming to this question because you do feel alone without this person as your partner? And what would it be like if you actually worked on reconnecting to a sense of connectedness without having a partner and came back to that question? You know, how do we create home within ourselves? You're never alone in the world. There's experiences that we have that make us feel alone, but we're absolutely never alone, actually. And yet on some level, right, the experience of being human is to be confined within our own sort of little shell, our little chariot that we ride through this life. But within yourself, can you create a sense that you're not alone, that you have a loving companion within yourself? Because that's what this card is telling you to do. And then come back to that question, you know, is he the one for you? I think right now, you're not going to be able to come to a clear answer because there's other things, other motivators that are clouding your decision making around it. When I feel alone, I've made in my life many choices to protect myself from abandonment, right? That were not actually for myself. And sometimes they come through the guise of like, you know, making compromises that I probably wouldn't have seen as being, you know, protection from abandonment exactly at the time, but they really were part of the reason that I made the choices that I made. In my relationships, compromising about things that I really didn't feel okay compromising about. Not all relationships have compromise, but there are some things that feel wrong, like they feel like we are betraying ourselves when we make those compromises, but there may be another reason that we're doing it anyway. And often it is that trying to avoid abandonment on some level, right? So I would encourage you to connect to yourself, to connect to your community, to participate in experiences of collective awe. We were just talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
Going to concerts, going to things where you are in a crowd, even people that you don't know, you can remember what it feels like to be connected to people in person, in a very real physical way, right? We can be connected in this way that we're creating here, but there is something different about that. So I hope that's helpful for you. Is there anything you want to add before we move on?
I think the last thing that came up, other than I felt like my third chakra was just unraveling, and I could feel the nervousness that you have, is don't make a checklist. Don't put this relationship as part of a checklist. I know you're busy. I know, you have a lot of things going on, but sometimes we're always like, so how's my job going? Okay, check. How are my kids doing? Check. How am I doing? Oh, I'll get to that. Okay, is this, you're kind of trying to tie up loose ends, and life's supposed to be messier than that. I hate saying that because I actually very, so
except for her closet.
Oh, that is true. Yeah,
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, whatever. Anyways, so
what's your rising again? Okay. Oh, no. Okay.
So allow yourself to be messy. So that's it. So
that's
we'll
the
disconnect.
Leo. That's the Leo.
I know.
I was like, you're Virgo. Oh wait, you're a Leo Virgo.
Yeah.
Oh,
Teresa, thank you so much. Thanks for the shout out. I've been doing a lot of work recently. If you follow my page or follow me on Instagram, a lot more posts. We're also doing a whole Mayan astrological calendar. So if you want to figure out what sign you are, go onto my site. You can actually figure out what day and what tone you are. And it's a different kind of astrology. We kind of look at days, Gregorian days is very 12 to 12 or something, 9 to 5, very kind of rigid and systematic. And they're usually days that you fill your time with. The way that the Mayans deal with time, the Mayans live with time. Every day is a different energy and experience, and every day has its own kind of umph, and it doesn't just shut off at midnight. Sometimes it goes a little bit over, sometimes, so getting in tune with that is kind of getting in tune with a quote unquote messier rhythm of life. So please go check that out. It's on my website, www.thepathofix.com. You can find out your own sign, and I'm also offering readings, but we are ready. We got some ding, ding, ding.
Thank you for that one. I enjoyed doing that reading, actually.
We got Tonya. I think Tonya's still traveling, so I'm pretty excited about that, but she's sitting down. Kay, you're next, and then Teresa in Portugal. Obrigado. So we're going to do some chakra clearings, ice cream chakra clearings. So this is the time really. Oh, good. I'm glad that you, good. Yeah, gold and black, those are my colors. This is really the time to, if you don't get a clearing today, you can also just be able to sit down and receive kind of the energy of this. So Tonya.
And Nicole, if you have any feedback or any thoughts about how that landed for you, we love hearing how things land for people. So feel free to put that in the comments if you have any questions there too. Okay? All right. You want one more ding ding?
Yeah. Okay. Obrigada. I like it. Hazel, I like it. Go. Run with it.
We
do go.
Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I'll follow up.
So, Tonya, the flavor that I got for you is hazelnut, and it's, not just, hazelnut, just not just the flavor of hazelnut, but really an ice cream that has, big chunks of crunchy, toasted, roasted hazelnuts in there. I had something the other day that had that in that, and for some reason that it's just that really light, crispy, hard crunch of toasted hazelnuts, and how, the hazelnuts grow around here. I've been seeing them begin to grow and get ripe on some of the trees, but often we don't get to collect them because the squirrels are way too on top of it. You know what I mean? So I got the flavor hazelnut for your 7th chakra, way up at the top right here, your little connection with divine. And I think, the energy for you is just, again, that opening, that opening to divine message, that opening, that enlivening. It's really kind of redirecting some of the energy that I think you've been putting out into the world a lot more, like through your 5th chakra, through some of the other spots in your body. It's like redirecting some of that energy up to here, because immediately when I was thinking of the hazelnut, I was also thinking about the way that you describe flavors and colors and experiences and textures and tastes and just being in the world. And it was like this little reminder, like, hey, Tonya, don't forget about up here too. Like the divine is really trying to like get your attention up there. And I know that that is something that you have already been connecting to energetically and like spending some attention towards. So this was kind of just like a little encouragement energetically for that, to be like, remember, don't forget, remember to look up to the stars, remember to connect to your higher self, remember to just, this is like this image that I use when I'm doing clearing and grounding and working on my own energetics and light, is I imagine, this is how I imagine my higher self. I imagine I'm reaching up and I'm giving myself, my higher self, a high five. My higher self is reaching down and giving me a high five. And it's just this like way that's playful and light and beautiful for me to remember to reach up and connect to divinity, but that it's not something totally separate from myself. It's light, it's play, it's me, so I'm going to encourage you to just let that energy come into you right now and just wash, over you from the top to the bottom, and then coming back up to the top and back out the top again, instead of going down into the earth. Okay. Did you have a flavor that you wanted to add?
I did, and I have a little thing that I think I have to sing for her. But so I love that you have it all coming down and now connecting to the earth. But I'm gonna come up the other way. I just saw.
Perfect.
Hi.
We didn't plan this.
I just saw you, and I know you've been to Italy and France and everything like that. Just in like this orange gelato, like this delicious, like luscious. It's like the integration that everything that you've been working on and everything that you've collected, traveling, going back to your first love of wine and food and not having to serve it, to being fed, is that you're going to be able to come back with renewed joy and be able to integrate it like a gelato, just like that smooth texture. It's not going to be hard. You don't have to fight this. You just have to allow it to happen. And the song kind of running in, and I know you connect with Mother Earth, and I know I see you barefoot, and I see I know butterfly is big for you. It's ate obiana hea ate obinana hea. And that's your little song. That's kind of what I feel is the vibration coming through and coming for you to be able to integrate that. And so have that little ditty played along. Sing it. This is your new mantra, straight from spirit. Pressed gold, baby.
I like it. All right, Tonya. I hope you're letting it ride. I hope you're having a good time. I saw a post and I was like, oh, she's doing something enjoyable for herself again, which I love. I love to see the posts when you are going and doing something nice for yourself, because you bring so much of that to other people. You're just such an amazing hostess in that space that you occupy. And, receiving is such a beautiful thing, which I know you're not opposed to. Some people can't receive, they really struggle to receive, but I feel like you have a connection to what it is to receive. you know, and it's almost like that makes it a little bit easier when you have the space. You can just step right into it and be like, yes, 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 you know. So anything else?
No.
All right. That's what we got for you, Tonya. Thanks for joining us today. It's beautiful out here. Should still come out one of these days.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to ding the ding.
Okay.
Clearing it out. Who's next?
I've been calling her Kay, but her name is Casey because I can't read my own writing. So sorry about that, Casey. Mentora, making sure that you're ready, that you're still here. We also have Teresa Pimenta. Is it Pimenta? Pimienta? I'm not sure.
Love you, Tonya.
And then Jamie Ann, that's what it says there. So let us know if you ladies are still here. And
Casey.
Yeah, Casey. I know you're struggling, and I'm sorry I pronounced your name wrong, wrote it wrong. Sometimes I just can't read my writing. It just happens. If not, Teresa, want to make sure that you're still here.
I wish we could turn the computer around and be able to show you guys the outdoors properly, because it wouldn't really work, unfortunately, but
no, it'd be blown out.
It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. It's that time of year when like there's little butterflies everywhere, and it's just pretty magical.
Jamie Ann, you're still watching, so why don't Teresa? Oh, Pimenta, not
Pimenta.
Pimenta, so it's Pimenta. Awesome. So Teresa, let's go on with you, and then Jamie, you're after her, okay?
And Casey, if you come back, we'll come back to you.
She is. Okay, here we go, ladies. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, clearing.
All clearing. So we're going to start with Casey, then Teresa, and then Jamie. Okay. Sorry.
No need to apologize to me.
Okay, Casey. So the flavor that I'm getting for you is great bubble gum, and just two ways, and it's definitely for your crown chakra, for your seventh chakra, because your head is just so full, it's so stressed out that it's almost like you have a choice. The choice is to see that as, big bubbles, right? Kind of the, bubbles that you blow, and be crushed in between them, or let them release and have play. So you have a huge decision to make right now, Casey, in your life. Is sometimes poisons can become medicine. I'll give you an example. One of the medicines that I work with is scorpion medicine. And a lot of people would say, oh my God, that's really intense. That's scary. Scorpions, like you're going to die, right? But I've been able to learn and be taught how to transmute those poisons, those ideas, those things that we think are poison for us, into medicine. And so that's what's coming for you with this playful, bubble-licious bubble gum. Are you going back to the place where things were light and fun and grapey and what great bubble gum? That's a crazy flavor, I think, having fun with that. Are you there, or are you just stuck in between those two worlds of what you want, what you had, and what you don't have? And one of the ways to clear that all up is gratitude. Gratitude lists every morning. Just go. You can write them down. They're powerful. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for this. It will change you. Do it for 30. A 30-day practice is amazing if you can do it. It will literally start rewiring your brain. And the reason that I bring up the idea of play, that it usually takes about 400 times to create a neural pathway of doing the same thing every day. But with play, it takes 8. It's just it's ridiculous what it is. And those probably numbers are wrong. I used to have them more on the tip of my head and my tongue, but I've been working in a different world, so I have to get up with those. But one of the things that this is bringing in is play. Not life isn't a puzzle that you have to make perfect. And this is something I've been thinking about a long time. I remember someone said to me, and it's in a different context, about, pieces of puzzle fit together. And I've been thinking about that for a long time. And I was like, yeah, but sometimes when puzzle makers make puzzles, like I make the Hasbros and stuff like that, they're using one press for all these different images. So you could literally, and I've been thinking, like, oh, maybe this is what my next art thing
Somebody
to do.
did that.
Someone already did. Of course they did.
Yeah, it's really cool looking. It's
Yeah.
like a train and a horse and like.
Yeah. Yeah. To create, take those pieces of puzzles. It's supposed to be a train, right? And the other one's a little house. What if you combine them because they do fit? All of a sudden you have these magical things that are created. So you have to get rid of the idea of perfection, being so linear and in that little box of protection. This is saying, look, pieces of the puzzle can make you build different things. Have fun.
The flavor that I got for you was actually olive oil, olive oil over vanilla. And
Yummy.
the energy of this is going to be actually for your root and your second chakra. So 1 and 2. The energy of this was like to just loosen up and flow. This is meant to be like literally lubricant for your little soul. It's like if you could imagine getting onto a slip and slide covered in olive oil, that's what the energy of this is for you.
I like it.
It's God, there was something you said, shoot, now I forget what it was. And I was like, yes.
Puzzle pieces.
No,
Play.
back. Play. No.
Be stuck. The poison becomes your medicine.
Turn.
Well, maybe it'll come back.
Can't remember what I was going to say. I knew I should have written it down. Oh, it's killing me. Okay, you know what? If it comes back to me, I'm going to have to jump back and let you know, or maybe I'll write it in the comments, because there was something else that I really wanted to say, but maybe I wasn't meant to say it.
Gotta let it go sometimes,
This is the energy of release for you.
Mm-hmm.
For your root and your second chakra. This is the energy of like release, shaking it up, lubing it out. You know what I mean? It's kind of like sometimes like we get massages, we get, these things, we do stretching, we do these things to break up. It actually like breaks your muscle a little bit, right? Mm-hmm. But that's what allows you to get it a little bit longer. It heals in a different way. It stretches, it smooths instead of having all these knotty like, right? That's the energy that this olive oil ice cream is coming in to clear in your root and your second chakra, your sense of home, your sense of nourishment. Oh my God, it's like right there. All right, it's killing me.
Okay.
Anyway, let that wash over you. And when I come back to what I was saying, what I was thinking, I will enter it in the comments, okay?
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Casey. Have fun. Have fun. Trust me, that's what Spirit's been telling me too.
Oh my God, what was it? No, you were talking about something else. Fun, you were talking about. Damn.
Well, as Rose is trying to remember, we're going to go into the next clearing. Teresa, who's also doing some great work in Portugal. Check out her page. It's all about building community here. So, Teresa, just making sure that you're still on here, because I know people kind of jump on and off.
Okay. What was it? You said something else. What else did you mention?
Hello, Dwayne. How are you?
Hey, Dwayne. What's up?
I saw your drum. What did you figure? Did you ask Walking Crow what he made it out of? You should ask him, because each drum, each hide has different energies. I just got a deer one made from him, and I think it wants to run.
Huh.
Cool. Here we go. Teresa.
Okay.
Vamos. It's best to be sitting down. It's if you're ever receiving clearing from someone, driving and operating heavy machinery while it's happening is not something you should be doing. So hopefully you're in a nice, relaxing place. Wow, Teresa, the first thing that I get is pumpkins, squash, but really like pumpkins. Here in the United States, they celebrate, Halloween, and that's kind of the energy that's coming in of the ability to create jack-o'-lanterns, the ability to cut in and have light shining through that. And pumpkin is an amazing flavor. And also the seeds are important. And I talk about seeds a lot. We're just switched to the energy of summer, right? With summer solstice, we're still, riding her out. And that energy is what those seeds that you were planted are now ready to come to fruition, ready, not harvest, fruition, right? They're still going to be growing. This now is the time for growth. And one of the energies that's coming in here, and this is really to clear your first and your second and your third chakra, really is to be able to ground all the ideas that you've had up here, all the messages that you've had here, been carrying here, all the stories, to ground it, to actually create something. So this is to help you with the spiritual work that you're doing, the empowerment work that you're doing. This is really the time to ground in and have that light shine in. Have that light shine in through the kind of the jack-o'-lantern. Know that energy of pumpkin and kind of almost even pumpkin spice, which makes me laugh because here in the United States, there's this Starbucks pumpkin spice. Everything's pumpkin during, once it hits September. And I think it's a little obnoxious, but the power of pumpkin, the power of pumpkin, that all of a sudden, that's how people, consumers in the United States know it's fall. It's not even apples anymore. It's pumpkins. And all of a sudden everything is tasting like pumpkin. So there's a lot of energy in pumpkin, And the fact that it grows so close to the ground, right, is so powerful as well. So that energy of pumpkin is coming to really solidify that first, second, and that third chakra, to give you a good base so that your light can shine out. Anything else?
I got actually the flavor of red plum for you. And we actually have a plum tree. This year it rained so late that the plum tree it's not really making plums. It just was too rainy and windy too late in the season. So I don't know if we're going to get any. But it's a Santa Rosa plum tree. And I don't know if you've ever had these. They're these beautiful, like dark red, they're purple, dark purple on the outside. And the inside, they're like this beautiful red with like a little bit of orange yellow near the center of the pit. They're gorgeous plums. And the flavor is just like, when you have a really good one, the flavor is amazing. It's very floral. It's very unique flavor. It's not like when you just, when you have fruit at the grocery store and it doesn't really taste like a specific fruit, it just kind of tastes like a generic, like this is just a generic plum. There's not a lot of flavor. It's kind of general. It's like, you can tell it's a plum, but there's nothing about it going like, wow, right? The flavor of the Santa Rosa plum ice cream for you is a wow flavor. It's like an opening. It's like a sweet, but it still has that really tart, that acidic cut to it, right? You still have that, the thickness of the skin. You still have the juice of the plum. And this flavor is actually going to be for a combination of throat and third eye chakra today. I was getting like that you really need it right here, So what I would actually encourage you to do, I'm not going to talk too much about the meaning or why. I'm just going to encourage you to try to imagine, if you can imagine a really juicy, ripe, flavorful, intense plum, and what it would be like to be able to have that in ice cream, that in ice cream, and really experience what the flavor, what the experience of eating that would be, and just let that experience do the clearing for you, as opposed to kind of analyzing it a lot, thinking about the meaning. We're just going to go with the experiential embodiment piece for this particular clearing.
I like the color too that I can see when you're saying that. I mean, the colors are just so...
The colors are so beautiful,
yeah, so beautiful.
So really just let that kind of just like, it's almost like when you, when you chew like peppermint or wintergreen gum and you kind of like feel it get into your whole like sinus system. It's just like, or like when you splash your face with cold water. Like, imagine that this is kind of, this experience is washing over this part of your body. And it's that beautiful plum flavor. And just, breathe it out. Remember to breathe and remember to relax and enjoy. And that's going to be my contribution to your clearing, which is a little bit different. I don't always do it that way. I love to talk and think and analyze. So just let that settle, and we're going to leave it right there.
Awesome.
Okay.
I'm giving you a lot of hearts.
Thank you. All right.
Woo! Yeah.
Thank you,
Jamie Ann. Good.
Jamie Ann.
Teresa, thank you so much. Thank you for your support and following us and liking our pages. And I'm glad that you liked your clearing. Awesome. I'm going to just keep liking our own thing. Okay, so Jamie Ann, you are, hey, if you don't love yourself, right? If I don't,
you saw my post earlier today.
If I don't practice loving myself and liking what I'm creating, then, what, how can I even teach them, right? So Jamie Ann, just double checking that you're here. If not, we're just going to kind of close it up. We're going to check, and I know she's been watching this whole time, so.
Yeah, we know there's a little bit of a lag time between when we say something and then when it actually pops up on her phone in the comments. So we're going to give it a second. Yeah, that's so funny though that I can't remember what I was going to say. It's like, when those things are just dancing right at the edge where I'm like, I remember you saying something and me thinking something. You're talking about hello. Oh well, anyway. For those of you who have joined us here today, we are going to do a card and clearing for the group at the end. We're still waiting to see if Jamie Ann is here. If she is, we will do her, and then we will move on to the group. So if you're here, if you want to put out some intentions for yourself to be a part of that clearing, to be a part of that reading for the group, this is your opportunity. Put them in the comments, Put the things that you're wanting to
awesome.
Let go of, get help with, have a question about. Put it in the comments. We're just going to do it for the group in a minute, but
awesome.
Please put it out there.
So we're going to do a clearing for Jamie Ann, but like Rose said, start writing in the comments what you want healed during the group healing that we're about to do and the card that we're going to do. Just rate those questions, raise those vibrations, right? I love, that's a great idea. We've never done this before. So I'm excited. I'm excited.
It's another opportunity for people to put out what they want.
And
add really to the energy of this container.
Hey.
So, cool.
Claire, thank you so much. I don't think we're going to get to you today, but please, we're about to do a group card and clearing. We get to as many people as possible. You were the next one, but we are coming up on the hour, and we do have a stop because we have to do something else. But please put it, Claire, please come back, or please put in your intentions. So because we're about to do a group clearing, but let's do our good friend Jamie. Right. Whew. So Jamie, the flavor that I'm getting for you is papaya. And
I thought that said pappy. I was like, pappy! Hey, pappy!
Hey, pappy! So papaya, again, with those big, amazing, dark, beautiful seeds that it has. This is coming really to clear your heart, actually, even though papaya is really good for your digestive system. One of the things that's coming in with this papaya is kind of a clearing of your heart, kind of clearing the heart and saying, what is it that you're holding on to? What are the hurts and regrets that you're holding on to? Something that I was told to let go in the summer solstice was, what was it? What was this a big word? What word did I use? Anyways, it was the expectation of people failing. The expectation of people just kind of looking for that. Almost always looking to be like, you're out there in the world.
Yeah.
Anyways, so.
Not disillusioned.
No, yeah. So what this is saying is, you're out there in the world right now sometimes being like looking for clues to not get hurt, and what then happens is if you're looking for something, if your attention is directed to something, you're going to find it, right? You're going to find it, and you're going to continue adding to your story that people are unfaithful, that they're not true, they're not real, and you're going to keep feeding your wounds. Trust me, I do this, right? There's a fine line between discernment and disappointment, right? And disappointment that you want to kind of build up. So this papaya is coming in for you, Jamie, to clear incredulity was the word that Spirit gave to me.
Yes, I got one thing.
Spirit uses big words with me today. They're like, you have to let go of incredulity. I'm like, what? I mean, I felt what that meant, and then I had to look it up. So that's what's coming in for you, Jamie. Incredulity. Give up your incredulity of your heart and of your mind, and it's because it's keeping you trapped and it's keeping you stuck in a lot of old stories that part of you has really moved on from, but the other part's kind of like, wait, remember they did that? Wait, remember, look at what that person said. Look at what that person did. Look, you see, you can't really trust it. You see, you really can't have everything.
It's true. I feel like you're seeing my soul right now. I struggle with this as well. I'm not going to lie. Was that it that you have?
That's it
cool.
For her.
Well, I love that. My flavor that I got for you is actually mixed flowers. I specifically saw violets, violas, not to be mixed with violets, and nasturtiums. So you basically have a beautiful flower salad ice cream situation going on. Very whimsical. And that is the message of this. Indulgent and whimsical. I don't know if you ever saw the more recent version of Midsummer Night's Dream, the movie. It had Michelle Pfeiffer and Kevin Kline, and
I love Midsummer Night's Dream.
And there's just the sense, like the immediate feeling that I got when I got this flavor for you was like, Michelle Pfeiffer is Tatiana. She's queen of the fairies, right? So she is just, she's just in her magical bower, basically, for the whole movie, just getting waited on and very whimsical and love. And, Kevin Kline is bottom. And so he has this beautiful sort of moment with the queen of the fairies. And she's just covered in flowers. And, it's exactly how you would imagine, right? This is the energy that I'm getting for you, which is also sort of very different than the logical, protecting yourself from hurt, practical, right? This is Roman Empire level whimsy, right? You're just laying on a thing, bring me some grapes, this is the energy that I feel like you need right now. That is what's coming through for me, for you. And it's actually going to be up here. It's going to be third eye, crown chakra area. We have the ability through our minds and through our connection to the divine to participate in an incredible amount of play. But sometimes we don't allow ourselves that because we feel like we don't deserve it. It's almost like we're betraying somebody by playing in that way, by indulging ourselves. There is this weird connection between that is the word that keeps coming through for me, betrayal. That you're betraying the people who don't have, or you're betraying your family member who depends on you, or you're betraying, people who are struggling. You're betraying your values. It's there's so many ways that we, man, words are not coming to me today. It's kind of entertaining me. There's ways that we starve ourselves, right? That we hold back. We don't allow ourselves things. What's that word? When you're no, I can't do that. I can't have that, not starve ourselves, but it's another word like that.
I don't know. I can't think of it right now.
Yeah, she's not helping me at all right now. She's busy being an amazing producer for the show, responding to all of your questions while I just have the timer. Makes it so easy for me. Anyway, the message of this clearing for you and the energy that I want you to feel all up here and running down your body like a ticklish, sparkling, magical, just cascade of water and flowers is to really take some time for frivolous pleasure, up here too, right? We have the ability to participate in incredible pleasure and fun and play with our minds too, with our spirit. It doesn't just have to be with our taste, our stomach, our heart, our lower parts, our lower chakras. We can also play with our mind, and it's an incredible thing to play with, to combine that play of the mind, of the spirit, and the heart, and the body, and all the different energy systems. I was saying earlier that we were at a retirement party for one of my teachers, my theater teacher, when I was in high school, and hearing people speak, it really reminded me how much of an opportunity in that class I and many, many other people, because he was a teacher for 3-4 years or something, how many people got to experience that combination of play that included the mind. And I don't mean like a play, I mean like play, right? Playing with words, playing with experience, playing with surprise, right? Playing with the unexpected, playing with all of that. So just let that wash over you. Whimsy, play, self-indulgence, and really with those flowers, the energy of summer, the energy of all those blooms, all that color, right? So beautiful. I literally wish I could just turn this computer around and show you the yard.
Awesome.
All right. Whew, we're going to leave it there.
Okay, we have come to our final group clearing and card, and I love it. Some people are writing in the comments what they want from this clearing and this card. So thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Bianca, who is just new. Oh, yeah. Well, Jamie, this is the real.
Yes, depriving. Was that the word? Because that's definitely self-deprivation.
Bianca, you came in and saved the day with figuring out that word.
I don't know if you're talking about what you're trying to work on, but I think that was one of the words that I was trying to grasp for. So,
well, Jamie Ann, we're connected to spirit. We've been doing this for a very long time. We've been taught for a very long time. We don't just hop on and do this for fun. I mean, it's for fun. I mean, it is for fun, but still, we have a cool, awesome Tracy. Yeah, let's keep putting everything in the container. Write in the comments what you want to let go of. Write in the comments what your question is. So if you want to let go of fear, if you want to be able to know incredulity, that's what I'm letting go of, just waiting for people to disappoint me. What else am I going to give up? That's a big one right there. I have huge trust issues sometimes with people, so letting that go, letting what needs to be. Spirit told me the other day, as I've been working a lot in my day job, and I'm exhausted, and finally came home and finally took some time to myself yesterday morning, and I was immediately, my brain, the 5 second, if I get enough, if I get 20-minute nap, I already start thinking about things, and I was like, oh, what am I going to do next and next and next and next for my path of Ish and my business and all of these things, trying to move this, because I know that the message is supposed to be out there in a larger scale. And Spirit was like, be quiet. You're getting a massage. Just enjoy it. And all you need to do is play and pray. That is all you need to do. You don't have to solve any problem. All you're supposed to do is play and pray. So I am awesome. Beliefs of inadequacy. That's awesome. Yeah. Clearing everything. So yeah, let's ring this bell. What are you giving up? What are you letting go of?
Ooh,
I like this part of our new segment, how we're developing this. Good job. Thanks, baby.
I am going to... I'm letting go of doing things to my body that feel out of line.
That's a good one.
Yeah. It's like hard to even say it because I'm like, no, but those things are so comforting sometimes. Dang it. Now I said it out loud. I have to do it.
Now you can't eat pizza.
No, I still eat pizza.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
I just won't do it when my internal guide is telling me.
Yeah.
All right, now.
That's
no, that piece is not good for you. Stop right there.
Yeah.
It's just like when you go to take a drink. of anything, right? It could be wine, it could be coffee, it could be, right? Sometimes, I don't know if this is true for you, but I know, and I have many times put a drink back down the second that I raise it up to my lips. My body's like, nope, do not drink that. It's not going to make you feel better right now. And it's not because I can never have a glass of wine. It's because I know on some level when my body doesn't need it. My body doesn't want it. It's not going to benefit me. And then it becomes me living out of line with myself, right? So if, one of my big goals has been reintegrating, right? Body, mind, spirit, heart, all of it. And, in order to do that, first you have to be slow and quiet and present enough to be able to hear that voice. And then you have to pay attention to it. And you actually have to take action and do what it's telling you, which is not always easy. But it's telling you to stop doing something that's been comforting. So
awesome. Well, wow, that's awesome.
To you.
Yes, I'll do the clearing, and she's gonna got the card. Again, if you guys want to keep writing what you're letting go of, what you're stuck in, again, whether it's getting rid of your monkey brain. Woo, that is hard, Specifically, Lauren, thanks. I think you're new to us. Thanks for joining us as you're awakening and you're learning. When you have an awakening of any kind of sorts, right? When you start seeing repeating numbers and want to know who your spirit guides and stuff like that, sometimes you think too much about it, right? You have to be in the flow of things. So if you want to create a new life, you cannot create it with the energy of your old life. That's my word of wisdom for today. So as we let go of these things and we seek to, I'm going to start crying, seek to create something new. I started unraveling earlier today on their show. I could feel it in my body, just be like, oh!
Can't even remember what I was talking about either.
As we seek to create something new and let go of these things, our monkey brains, our fears, our doubts, seeing what we can bring to the collective, we have to let go of how we've done things in the past. Just got to let it go, right? You got to step back in that time that you're going to go and reach to do that thing, do that Facebook post, that you always do, or do that thing that you always do, or think that way that you do, or do your triple check, check your, your car door 10 times, make sure it's locked. I used to do that. You can't create something new out of that old energy. So I'm going to put it out there as we fill this container with everything that we're letting go, putting it in this fire of the solstice. What was going to come out of it is you're going to have to live in a new way. Baby steps, baby steps. Make sure you're finding people who have guides. You have people that you're working with, because that is never done. Work is never done. Healing is never done. Okay, here's the card. Here's the card.
Right before this card, I want to say one thing, which is that one of the things that I've been calling in personally is approaching people and life and things with a generosity. Generosity of spirit, not just giving in terms of giving them things, but really it's the idea, giving people the benefit of the doubt, assuming best intentions, assuming that people are doing the best they can at every moment, and really being able to be generous with generous as opposed to judgmental, right? Because I also want to be generous to myself.
Yeah.
And when I'm judgmental to myself, it doesn't feel like I'm being generous to myself. It feels like I'm being harsh. It feels like I'm punishing myself, right? So bringing that to both myself and the world, that is my intention right now. I've been working on that, and it feels good when I'm able to channel that. So this is the card that I got for the group.
Beautiful.
Cosmic Heart.
Yeah.
Whew. I was dead. I became alive. I was tears. I became laughter. The power of love arrived and made me everlasting power. I have seen everything. I have no fear. I have the heart of a lion, and I shine like Venus. So these cards, just to let everybody know, again, these are Rumi oracle cards. So that was a poem by Rumi that I just read to you guys. We don't always read the quotes of the cards, but I wanted to read you that one. Sometimes towards the end, I might give you just a little bit less than we do when they're super personal readings. Because interpretation is part of the magic, my friends. So this is so interesting. You know, the message of this card is so similar to what we were just talking about. It's telling you that love, you know, this new way of being, you know, this energy of love is just like zooming towards you like a big wave on the beach, right? And if you fight, if you fight it, you know, it's going to be hard. If you let go, you know, it's kind of like if you're standing on a rock, or you're sitting or standing on a rock, right? And there's this big wave of water coming towards you. And you're trying to hold on to the rock, right? Because you're like, this is my rock. This is my safety. This is what I know. And you're holding on super tight. You're going to drown. You are going to drown. If you can let go and you can actually trust that this wave, this massive love bomb that's coming at you is going to take you to a good place. It's going to be a little rough, you know, you might get some water up your nose. You might kind of like, feel a little tossed and turned, but your life is going to change in a beautiful way. And it's just what Marita was saying, that you can't create a new life with the energy of the last one. You know, it's like if you're a Star Wars fan, for example, let's just put it out. I'm just making this up as I go. If you are on the side of the Empire, right, and they do things a certain way, and this is how we get things done, right? You know, they exterminate big planets of people. You know, you choke people out that don't let you get your way. You can't go to be on the side of the Force and expect that you're going to create this like awesome world of love and existence by choking people out to get your way. It just doesn't work like that. You can't bring the energy of the dark side into the energy of, you know, the Jedi in terms of like actually creating something different. You're just going to recreate the Empire, obviously, right? So that's my metaphor for the day. Do you have an ice cream flavor for us?
Hey, Anna, hey, Anna. I do. Tamarind.
Ride the wave.
Hey, Anna, hey, Anna. 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 Hey, Anna, hey, Anna.
I remembered what I was going to say
Say
earlier.
it.
This was for, was it Casey? No. Yeah. Casey. Oh my God, I can't believe I remembered what it was. You were talking about shifting into a place of gratitude and doing a practice of gratitude for 30 days. And the thing I wanted to talk about and make sure that actually everybody here hears, which is very connected to the reason that we do ice cream chakra clearings, is this idea of embodiment and emotionality and memory and connection to these different aspects of yourself than just thinking of something in the moment, right, as a way to activate that. So what I want to encourage you, Casey, if you're still watching, and other people here who might be still watching, is really, if you are trying to connect to gratitude, if you can remember a moment when you actually felt that flood of gratitude, where you actually for a moment were just like, holy crap, I'm so lucky, for whatever it was, whether it was, you know, your partner, whether it was, you know, your health, whether it was your job, whether it was, you know, your garden, whether it was surviving a really crazy accident, you know, whatever it was, what did it feel like in your body? What would it be like if, in addition to having a practice of gratitude that changes our minds by thinking of the things that we're gracious and that we're grateful for, to also remember at that same time to connect to what gratitude feels like in your emotions and your body, and really step into that and try to experience it every morning. try to remember, what does it feel like here? Does it feel like here? Does it feel like here? Here, your body, your shoulders, your back, your whole experience as a human, right? Because we're very reliant on our minds in this culture. And embodiment of gratitude, it's very connected to the whole big concept of, what is it? The law of attraction, right? It's not about seeking something out there. It's about creating it in ourselves and drawing it to ourselves because we are embodying it, right? That's just kind of like, there you go, 10-second law of attraction.
There you go.
So if you're trying to create more gratitude in your life, practice it, write it, talk about it, and remember to embody the feeling. The next time you truly feel gratitude, I have been feeling it recently, and I was just feeling it, which is what reminded me of what I was going to say. When you feel it, really stop and notice, what does it feel like to feel gratitude? For me, part of the emotions that come with gratitude naturally is this overwhelming sense of humility at the same time. Not humility like, oh, I'm unworthy, right? But humility like, wow, God, here I am, doing this show. And I was reminded that one of the things that I get from this show that I'm so grateful for is the opportunity to practice and become confident in my voice, because I'm offering something that people find valuable. And to really understand that, we can really impact people with the things that we say, Maybe not everybody will watch the whole show. Maybe people will just hear one word that affects them, but I'm very grateful for that. I feel this strong sense of gratitude for that because of what it gives me. And when I have those moments, I really, really try to just freeze frame. What is this like? Because when you want to step into that feeling, the more information you have about how it feels in your body, about the other emotions that happen alongside, it's going to help you be able to go back to that place when you're struggling, not just through your mind, right? Through every part of yourself. Anything else you want to add, honey bunny?
Well, the clearing, the flavor that came in was tamarind.
Oh yeah, you're singing a song about tamarind. It was beautiful.
It was just kind of a link. It was a song that for the clearing. So tamarind is really good for you and actually helps you cleanse cleanse your liver, right? And the liver is where we hold a lot of our anger. Yeah. Right. So tamarind is coming in to clear those chakras, really the first chakra, right? Because our first chakra, we're so not connected anymore. We're not connected. We want to be connected. We're on all this social media, but we still feel alone and lost. And the reason being is that our connections that we have, that we're supposed to be building on a molecular structure with Mother Earth is not happening. So just like Rose was talking about embodying gratitude, that can be just simply being outside and feeling the wind, actually feeling the wind on you and being grateful for that. Nice. So I challenge you over this next few days, the next time we see you, is embody gratitude, and embody gratitude in nature. Because nature's here to teach us everything. Nature teaches everything. Nature's created everything to heal us, to heal our mind, to heal our spirits, and heal our bodies. So thank you for everyone who joined. Please keep sharing. Please come back. Join us at Ice Cream Sundays.
Like our pages.
Send us love. This is something that we do for free. We are trying to really kind of launch our businesses. So help us help more people.
Help us bring our gifts to the world full time. That is what we're doing, So thank you for being here today. That was one little step of helping us on the way. And we hope that we were able to offer you something that was valuable to you today. And we will be here again next week, 3 p.m. San Francisco time on Sunday.
Sign up. Don't be late. Live your life to the
sweetest.
We'll have a popsicle next time. And if you want to know what your Mayan sign is, go on to the Path of Ish. Check it out.
Bye. Bye. Bye.